Okay, it is June 29th, Wednesday, 10:04 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me just get the disclaimer out of the way. This is not financial advice. This is only to be used as entertainment purposes. Please do your own research. And we'll get that disclaimer out of the way. Okay, we'll talk a little bit about Million Token at first and then general market news. So, excuse me. Defined, let's just pull up the prices real quick for Million Token. So we're at around $2.60 some cents on Ethereum blockchain, Polygon, a little bit lower on the Binance Smart Chain. And we'll just pull that up real quick. 264 on the Ethereum blockchain. And yeah, the 264 Ethereum blockchain. We had a big dump here. I know one whale sold like 1,500, which I posted on my Twitter account earlier today. And here we are on DEX tools, Ethereum blockchain on the 4-hour chart. So, you know, you've seen this before. I think I did a live stream like 11 days ago on the 18th, I believe. You know, we're still in this downward channel and we seem to be bouncing off the slower channel. And then, which we kind of did here when the price was around $2. And it went up to about, you know, $3.53. I thought maybe it could go a little higher, but, you know, the first ones that cash out are usually the ones that benefit. And same with down here, the first ones, or the last ones to buy before the rebounds make a profit. So it did downturn a little sooner than I thought, but we are still kind of like in this downward channel. We had a big bounce here in this accumulation zone from $2.71 to like $3, and then quick wick down. In fact, if you look on the daily chart, this is a pretty classic reversal candle, upside down hammer candle, or however you want to call it. Big wick on the upside, so you got tremendous pressure coming back down. It would have been a bullish engulfing candle if we were able to close up here and engulf this red candle here. But as it is right now, this could be considered to me a reversal candle. So we should see further price down movement, which coincides with this downward channel. We're kind of on the high side, and maybe we come down here to retest $2, which is where I kind of bought last time. I bought a little bit below $2. Of course, when you buy below $2, the big order, the price is going to shoot up to like $2.22 or 25 cents, however big your order is. And I'm deciding whether or not to buy at $2 again, or should I wait and let it drop like another 16% or so to these lower channels down here. That's 15% right there. I don't want to be greedy, but I don't like to buy a lot. I mean, I don't like to buy a lot or frequency. I just want to buy once or twice, and then hopefully it'll rebound. And if I get a lower low, a week or two later, then I'm good. Then maybe I'll have another paycheck 2 weeks from now, and I'll buy the dip again. So that's how I dollar cost average. And yeah, so I bought below $2, just somewhere below here. And I had more cash to buy, thinking we get lower. And I didn't buy on the way up. I'm only buying if the price is lower than my previous buy, which I've always said. If you're buying with the price going up, then you're just feeding the bots and the people that are buying low and selling high. People that are selling now are dumping on the people that were buying Million Token on the way up. So just keep that in mind. If you think like me and a recession's on the horizon and we could have months of pain, there's no reason just to wait and buy the dip at $2 or whatever the price is down here. If it goes down to $1.66, it's I'm patient. And I'm in it for the long haul. So I'll just sit on my Million Token and keep it in my hardware wallet. So that's where the price action is on Million Token. Seems to be coming down off the top channel here of this downward channel. And I think we'll probably see $2 again for million token and even maybe below it, because the bottom of this downward channel seems to be around, $1.70 or so, or maybe even less. We could wick down below it, but there could be a lot of buying pressure at $2. We saw like a buy wall on Gate.io. It's not there now, but there was a huge buy wall at $2, and we'll just see where it is now. But there's quite a bit. Well, it's got better now. There was a big spread. Right now, the selling price asking is 270, and people are bidding for 268. But the spread here was much larger a while ago. Seems like there's a lot of selling pressure right now. We'll just wait and see how this plays out. As far as TA, I think that's about it for a million token. But we could talk about other stuff, like the Gate.io wallet is holding 23,121 right now. Now, before the whale dumped like 40,000 million token, it had like 3,000. So we still have a lot of million token on Gate.io just sitting there, which probably is going to be sold because it's not being staked. And as you can see, all these red outflows, most of them are just being sold on either Polygon or Ethereum blockchain. The last 300 that went out, a bot sold on Ethereum blockchain. Some were sold on Polygon. So these are most of them are all being just sold on Ethereum blockchain or Polygon. Someone staked half. This one, 3,667. It was all withdrawn and staked. I think I covered that on the last live stream. So that's Gate.io news there. There's a liquidity wall and a little bit somewhere around $2.86, which is good if you want to buy million tokens. So let's say the price comes up to $2.86 and you're buying. Well, you're going to get more million token for your money if there's a big buy wall here. It'll be hard to increase the price, but just remember, you're going to get more million tokens. So there's a good way to look at it and a bad way to look at it. And the price doesn't really seem to drop significantly until we break like $1.50, and then we come down here. And if we come down here at these low prices between like $1.50 and $1.20, price is going to move a lot because there's not a lot of liquidity here. So whether you buy or sell, it's going to move the price a lot. And Ethereum gas right now, let me just refresh this real quick. It's 87. It's kind of in the medium. I would prefer it to be like 30 or 20 if I was going to do any transactions on the Ethereum blockchain. The liquidity right now for million token on Ethereum blockchain is okay. I mean, $500 on Ethereum blockchain will get you 181 million token, and on QuickSwap, $500 gives you 183. So actually a little more than Ethereum blockchain. Interesting. And you got to pay 11 or 12 bucks here, or $11 for transaction fees on Ethereum blockchain. Where on the Polygon network, it's not even a penny probably. But if you're buying more than $500, like 1,000, and so Polygon gets you 356, and here you'll get 350. Wow. I just checked this a moment ago, and the liquidity was a little better on Ethereum blockchain. So it just goes to show you, try to have some funds on, Ethereum blockchain or Polygon. I'm not really looking at Binance Smart Chain or Avalanche or any of the other smaller chains where there's hardly any liquidity. But I'm surprised that the liquidity is pretty good on QuickSwap. Let me try 2,000 real quick and see where the breaking limit is. So that'll get you 675. We're here. You get 700. So you get more. So big buys. I still stick with Ethereum, but check between Ethereum and QuickSwap and see what's best for you. So I'm gonna close that out. No new proposals. I'll close that out. The staking pool is at 18.59%, a little on the low side to what it normally is. As more people gobble up that whale that's selling, like, who wants to sell probably 40,000 million token, it's slowly being bought up and being put back into the pool by other people. And then that's also increasing or decreasing the APY. So, I see that going on. The amount of tokens in the pool is 342,000, which isn't too bad because the whale, if you put back the whale of 40,000, that would put the pool at 382,000, which would have been a new record. So that just shows you that some of those tokens that the whale is selling are getting back in the pool with different investors. So this wallet number 4, 45,368. I believe that's Tech Leads. I think he's got a smaller wallet with like 1,000. But if the pool rate right now, the staking pool rate is 1,166 million token per week, divide that by 45,368. I think it's going to last you like maybe 9 months. But I don't know, how much Tech Lead is designating how much of this is going into the pool. I'm assuming it's 100% on the math, but he could stop at any time. I'm thankful that the pool is still available during these downward times when Bitcoin is down 70% and Ethereum is down 70% or 80%. The stock market's down 20%. So it's good to have the whales, or anybody really. You don't have to be a whale to stake their million token in the pool. And right now the fees aren't that high. A couple bucks to approve, and then another couple bucks transaction and gas fees to deposit, and you earn the 18 or 19% APY. So even though the price is going down, you could be making earning million token as passive income. And keep in mind, if this thing turns around and million token is in the future $5, $10, $20 or whatever, you're accumulating that cheap million token now, both if you're buying and if you're staking. So we'll just see how that goes. But right now the pool is still active. Here's the GAIO wallet of 23,121. When that goes back down to 3,000, that could be a signal that at least the selling pressure from the whale is over. So we still have a long way to go. I think, how long has it been since he put that in there? It's been like 3 or 4 weeks. So, maybe we have another month or so before all those tokens will be sold and the selling pressure will be gone. So that's something to look at. This wallet here, number 9, 10,000 tokens. I remember seeing that some whale unstaked, I think, sold some million token and then transferred 10,000 or 1% of the supply into this particular wallet. It's not being staked, so I don't know what they're going to do. They could sell it also at any moment. Just something I'm watching. A couple other addresses here. I believe this address, they bought million token at like $200, right? But now recently they're buying 376 and 41 up here 5 days ago. They're dollar cost averaging, right? If you look at the, when they bought, it was, 300, 337, 300, 268, 255 days ago, 241, 114. So as weeks go by, they're buying more. Slow, a little bit at first, right? Because the price was high. They bought 46 million token originally, probably when the price was like $200, and now they're buying, 172 million token 114 days ago, 141, 104 days ago, and they really bought up their game, 376 32 days ago or a month ago, and then 481. The most they've ever bought just 5 days ago. So, that's the way to do it. If you believe in the project, you buy a lot more as the price goes down to average out your costs. So right now this wallet holds 1,688 and it's not being staked, but, everybody's different. I didn't stake mine for the longest time, for months, until I felt comfortable staking it. This particular wallet, let's see what we have here. There's stories on all these wallets. Let's see now, 2 days ago, they're staking it. I think they haven't sold any, right? This wallet might have like 7,000 tokens, but basically it's, 21 days ago, 269, 142 they bought. They're staking it. 411, they exit it. Polygon, they staked it. So they brought over their million token from Polygon, 1,784, and they staked it. And then they bought another 1,700 tokens 2 days ago. And they staked it. I bet you if you added up all this tokens, it's like 7,000. If this is the wallet I'm thinking of. So again, this is just somebody buying million token every so many days and bringing it over to Ethereum and staking it. In fact, if you want to see what the fees are, see if you stake it here, he staked 1,784 tokens. I'll pull up this transaction. The fees were $2.20. So definitely not price gouging. A lot cheaper than buying it on the Uniswap. Okay, this particular address wallet, I believe this is a wallet that sold it all because a proposal didn't go their way and they were just fed up and they sold it. I'm not going to mention any names, but now they started buying again. All right, they bought 461 tokens today, 7 hours ago, and then 5 hours ago. So welcome back, and they're probably buying back cheaper now. So people coming back, and this is the holders. I think I already went over this real quick, and this is at 10,000 tokens from somebody that might sell. I went over that already. 356 tokens. I think this is Mega Boy. Oh yeah, the name is right here in the no hiding that. I think they're also coming back to buy after they sold. I think he was a whale, right? He was exit 2,500 tokens, and then his rewards are 57, and he sold it all from 57 days ago to 51 days ago, and now 3 days ago they started accumulating again 356. So, welcome back. And you know what? The other wallet I said, I think that was ACA2. That was that whale. Let me pull it up here because I saw it in here. ACA2. This is the whale that first had like 20,000 tokens, 2% of the supply, and really was noticed when he voted on one of the Lion Gut proposals. And then I know they're right now they're sitting on like 30,000 staked in another wallet, but they're still buying. 8 hours ago and 6 hours ago, 426 and 35. But it's like they're selling also. It's like 3 days ago. I don't know, bought, sold, out, multi-call. So, he's active. He's an active web. They're mostly hodling because they've got at least 30,000 in another wallet that's staked. That was that. So even our old whales are still around. What else can I talk about? Anything new here? I guess the farming's still going. I haven't looked into that really. And I still have almost 600 subscribers on my YouTube channel. It hasn't changed. So that's a good sign, but it hasn't been going up either. So that could be a bad sign. The Roar NFTs, not much is going on. I think they were going to issue some new female lions here on the Japanese style. But I know things are really slow right now, so I'm not pushing it. I think everybody's trying to save money for the actual million token, not so much NFTs. There was an airdrop on these if you had a silver ticket holder. And to have a silver ticket holder, you have to have at least five of these NFTs, and then you get a silver ticket holder NFT. I'm looking for one right now. Here we go. So Athena here, Stimpy here. I think there might be one or two left that are available. There's a limited supply of, I think, 10. And if you have one of those silver ticket holders, you'll be eligible for perks in the future. And we just had the people behind the NFTs airdropped one of these on random to people and who had a silver ticket holder. Now, I thought actually these were actually photographs, but they're actually all 100% digital. So I was really surprised about that. Let's see now, Gate.io. The liquidity, if you wanted to buy up all million token now, $1,117 gets you 397 tokens. And if you went to Uniswap and put in 1,117, I think you'd get more than 400 tokens. So again, maybe Gate.io is not the best place to buy a million token. But when it's on the downtrend and the price is coming down to $2, you could just have your limit order set on Gate.io, and if the price hits $2, it'll buy it for you automatically. That's the nice thing about exchanges. But as we've seen, not your keys, not your coins. I'm not really too worried about Gate.io, but like the people that are, Celsius and BlockFi and possibly Nexo next, they're in a tough situation where they can't withdraw all their funds, or they might be limited to $1,000 worth of funds withdrawal per day or something. So, just be careful when you move your crypto to an exchange, not your keys, not your coins. The CBBI index, if you want to go to cbbi.info for this, it's at 11 today, which is really, really low. It's taking a nosedive here. If you look at the historic charts, we could still go down lower. I like this a lot better than the crypto fear index. This one takes like a lagging indicator, and it's more kind of oscillates a lot more, where the CBBI basically picks a direction and kind of goes that way. It's also could interact with it by unchecking these check marks and customizing the CBI to your liking. But we could just still go down lower. I know there's other charts out there. You can find them on Twitter, on Glassnode, and look into Bitcoin.com and other places where a lot of indicators are calling for a bottom, but a lot of those indicators, if you take a really close look at them, could still go down lower. But yeah, it could bounce now, but it could also not. So, let's see what else we have here. This death cross I showed last time, this is one of those indicators you could look at and say, well, historically, we could bounce them here, and that was the worst of it. But Bitcoin hasn't seen a recession yet, so we could go down lower in a recession. Only time will tell. And the Bitcoin versus gold, we came down and bounced off this previous support resistance. I just thought that would be interesting that it did that. 3 weeks ago? Interesting. But we could still have downward pressure too. Again, if we are in a recession, because Bitcoin's a risk-on asset. And what else we have? We have Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart. We were in this channel here. We broke down recently yesterday at 4 a.m. where we went down below 20,688. We're below the 4-hour exponential ribbon. So for me, that's short-term bearish. I thought we would at least go up higher. I was hoping to see Bitcoin kind of go up to these levels here, like on the daily exponential ribbon, and then somewhere in the middle or so, and then get rejected. But right now we couldn't even do that, so that could even be more bearish. You can create a poll here and pull this down and see where it goes down, but I would look at those monthly supports that I talked about last stream at somewhere around 13 or 14,000. Probably would hold support there. The S&P 500's down 20% from the peak. We've got gaps all over the place, right? You see now, I'll take a closer look here. We got a gap up above, which needs to be filled. We filled this gap here, and looks like we just filled this gap here earlier today, went down and wicked up. So maybe we come back up and fill this upper gap here. and then it could roll over. But these gaps here are not the ones I'm worried about. The gaps I'm worried about are like the ones that are way down here, huge gaps that appeared when we were bouncing up from the COVID crash. So, even though the S&P 500 is it is where it is now, we could still drop from where we are now another 40%. Okay. And from the top, we could drop 52.17%. I got that right here. So yeah, the first gap from the top is 40%. The second gap, 47%. The third gap at the bottom, 52% from the top for the stock market. The CME gaps for Bitcoin, we had that one filled here. We're on our way down to fill this one down here. I'm not worried about the one down here at the very, very bottom. That's somewhere around, below 10,000. But we should probably fill this gap here. The price would have to go down like another 8%. And we've got two gaps up here that will fill as the price will eventually recover. Not sure when that will be, but just because Bitcoin goes down and fills this gap down here at the bottom doesn't mean we can't go down lower also. So that's at like 18,000, and monthly support somewhere around 13 or 14,000, I believe. So that's that. And I think we're slowly wrapping it up here. Ethereum's not looking too hot, right? You could kind of look at it this way. The bottom of this would be somewhere around, $300 or give or take, 10, 20%. But we were down here at $80 during the last bear market in December 2018. During the COVID crash, we hit, 124. If we come down, and we test this bottom channel, that'll make a third or fourth touch, somewhere around 300 or so, or could be less than 300. Very, very possible. Which would be a drastic drop of where we are now. It'd be another 75% drop, which would make from the top to the bottom 94% correction, which is in line with what we have over here. 94.22% correction. It's all in the cards. It makes sense. So let's see what else we have. Bitcoin dominance. When times are tough, I think Bitcoin dominance is going to shoot up. Right now it's coming down. Alts have been doing well, but I think that might be kind of protected because all this deleveraging going on with Celsius and possibly BlockFi and maybe some other exchanges, they have to sell Bitcoin or Ethereum, and those odd altcoins aren't really being affected. So it kind of looks like alts are taking off now, but really it's just Bitcoin getting hammered. I think that's one explanation I heard on the internet, and I kind of tend to agree with that. We got a bounce here on the altcoin cycle. We could get rejected where we are now on this green moving average and retest the bottom of here. But I think the main picture is you got to look what the Fed's doing. They want to reduce inflation, which means bring stocks down, bring the market down, and try to reduce inflation. Because I guess it's been reported at like around 6 or 8%. But you and I, we know that, if you look at gas prices and food, it's a lot higher than that. But there's a saying, don't fight the Fed. And if the Fed wants to raise interest rates to curb inflation, that's going to bring, assets down. Stocks are going down, crypto's going down, bonds are going down, everything's kind of going down, currency's going down. You want to put your money probably in something that goes down the least. All currencies are going to zero. But right now, my strategy is just to kind of sit on cash until, you buy a dip that comes along your way. And then when the market turns around, hopefully the asset you bought will go up in value. I think that covers most of my charts. I'm running out of things to click on here. We could take a look at real quick at my profile. There were some questions here that were submitted. I could take a look at that. Possible to crowdsource funds to get another exchange listing, centralized exchange listing, perhaps LP services. You know, I think if you have an asset like Bitcoin or Ethereum, something that people want, a centralized exchange is going to list it if they want to be successful. I don't understand why people think they have to raise funds to have something listed. Like, I know there were rumors that popular exchanges wanted to accept like $1 million to get something listed on their exchange. You know, you got to ask yourself, where's the leader of that token going to get $1 million from? They're probably going to sell the token from the investors to get it listed on the exchange. You know, it's just going to drive the price down. So I think if you have a successful crypto, exchanges are going to want to list it. So, you know, and the only way crypto is going to be successful is the community believes in it and buys it and doesn't sell it. So that's where my stance is. So if they want to crowdsource funds, you know, that could be a possible way, but it's just really, I'd rather have my funds buy Million Token directly. So the next question, maybe talking about typical bull market things to expect. This will be my first bull market in crypto. I've heard there are many 50% retracements on the way up, and which, yeah, there's a very famous chart out there that shows, you know, Bitcoin has many dips, 30, 40% dips on the way up to the top, and they could be like 6 or 12 of them. So that's in the bull market, but I think you're getting ahead of yourself right now. We're in a bear market. Stocks are already down 20% to all-time high. You know, crypto's down 70% from its all-time high, right? Let me pull up this real quick for Bitcoin, get a more accurate reading. So from the high here to where we are now, we're down 71.7%. Okay, so if you go to the previous cycle, top, if we went down 71%, which would be, you know, right around here, right? Look where we are. Well, that's like halfway through the cycle. It took like another 50% dump. So from where I marked that off, if I go to the bottom, you know, it fell another 46%. We could drop another 46% from where we are right now. If this happen, if history repeats, which would put us, where would it put us? Right there, 10,600. Which oddly enough, I'd have this accumulation zone yellow box here. That would be a huge wick down below the fair market value, and you know, man, that's really low. So, you know, $13,000 or $14,000 on the monthly support doesn't sound so bad now. I got a moving average showing at 14,407. I'll take that over 11,000 or 10,000. I hope we don't go down that far, but you know, if we do, it's the same thing I went through back in 2017 and 18. You know, I bought at, you know, 20,000 or close to it, and I held all the way down to 3,200, but I kept buying all the way down. I'll do the same thing here. That's why when I'm buying Million Token, I only want to buy if it's lower than my previous price. So like if we come down to these lower levels, you know, we're going to get pretty close to Million Token being close to $1, I think. You know, we're going to shake out all the weak hands. You know, I didn't have the strategy back in 2018. I was dollar cost averaging like every week. But what I should have been doing is only buying if the price was lower than my previous buy. I would have had so much more Bitcoin today if I had done that. So let's hide this real quick here. We had this waterfall candle here. Looks like we're kind of going sideways. Man, you'd think we would have a V-shaped recovery like COVID here, but no, we haven't even retested 200 weekly moving average yet. We haven't even touched it. I would have thought we would at least touch it. Man, looking at it now, I mean, I could see us coming down to 16,000. The bottom of this, green channel here, and maybe even wick down to this purple moving average at 14,414, which would be like the monthly moving average. So yeah, I'm in no rush to buy anything unless prices are significantly cheaper than what I previously bought at. Next question. Is there anything that you think the community could or should do to help meme token? Or is it just a case of hodling? It's not so much a case of hodling, but if everybody just hodls, then the price just stays the same, right? You have to buy the dips. And that's if you believe in the project. And you're gonna hold on to this for a while. Like, we could continue to go down to 14,000 all the way to December, because you notice, in December you either have a high, a peak or a trough in price. So as it is now, I don't think we're going to go to $100,000 or Tim Draper says $200,000 by December. Yeah, it could happen, but I'm more leaning to the fact that we could have price in crypto go down all the way through Christmas. It'll be like a slow grind. It could be even a quick dump and then sideways grind like we did here in November. We had a big dump and then we went sideways until really February before we had recovery. It wasn't a V-shaped recovery. We even had a little fake out here when it went up and then came right back down and retested the 200 weekly moving average for a a third time or fourth time, really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Touch it 5 times there. And we're below the 200 weekly moving average now. And it looks like it's holding as resistance. It's never done that before. So, yeah. Again, it's probably because we didn't have that blow off top to like, $100,000. If we had that, maybe we wouldn't go down so low. But we are going through a massive deleveraging event in crypto right now with Celsius, 3 Arrows Capital, BlockFi is under the microscope now. FTX wants to buy him out. And, if they do that, then at least it's good for the investors because any money will go to them first, as opposed to, if these banks take over the Celsius, they're going to get their money first before the investors, just like a typical bank. Like my money's in a certain bank, and if the bank goes bankrupt, I know there's an FDIC insurance, but people don't understand there's not enough money to go around for everybody. There's only a certain limit. And people think it's $250,000 per account, but I'm telling you, I wouldn't bet on it. But I think the shareholders and the bank people, if the bank gets dissolved, gets their money first, I don't trust my money in the bank. I'll put just enough in there to pay the bills. But generally, I take my funds and put them into my on-ramp exchange, and then I convert that to a stable coin like USDC, and I just put that in my wallet. It might cost me a little more in gas fees, but I'm a lot more comfortable having USDC on my hardware wallet than having cash available in my bank account. I've been like that for years now. So that's where I'm sitting at. Any more questions? I think that covers that, but let me go back to my profile here. So this is the information on the wallet that sold 1,500 tokens in the last 11 hours or so since when I posted this. Some in bunches, 300, 200, 250, 200, 250, 280. And I guess the guy got greedy here at the bottom here. A couple hours ago, they sold like 500 all at once. It looks like. So he's out. I wonder if that's the same wallet that has that 10,000 tokens in another wallet. Anyway, you can look into that yourself. So the crypto fear index is really low. It's usually in the single digits when we're getting close to the bottom. We'll see where that happens. So I'm in no rush to buy crypto, and I'm sitting on a lot of money. I forgot. I think I'm gonna buy if price goes down to $2 or $2 less or no less than $2 on Million Token in the coming days or weeks. I should be able to pick up a couple more at least 2,000 or more tokens. And I don't have my chart up now, but I'll be working on 3%. Pretty soon after that, I should be pretty close to 3%. See what else we have here. The Californians might get $1,000 to help for inflation. You know, it's crazy. You can't curb inflation by giving people more money. I know somebody has said it's more like a tax rebate or something like that, but it's the same thing. If people are given money, price of goods is going to go up. Anyway, I thought this gift was pretty cute. By the time you get the money, you're too old to really like enjoy it. So, take every day by day. You got Luna, USC, Celsius, 3AC, and BlockFi. This is another reason why I don't think the bottom's in yet, because I don't think we've had enough time to see things settle. We don't know what's going on with Celsius. We don't know what's going on with 3AC totally. We don't know what's going on with BlockFi. When we have more information about this and the confidence comes back in the market, then we might see a rebound. Let's see what else we have. We had no price surge in a Bitcoin yesterday, but I think that's rolled over already. And I think this is all old news here when I'm going back on the 25th. But yep, you could always pause this video and read my tweets if you want. I think this is all kind of old news now. So I think that covers everything. I probably won't do a live stream until after the holiday. So I hope everybody has a good holiday. Million Token is now below the accumulation zone that I was watching here. And it looks like it's going back down to $2 or less. Maybe we could get a bounce off this heart line here at $2.40. Just wait and see. I know there's a lot of tokens still on Gate.io, over 20,000 when it's normally 3,000. So they're buying cheap Million Token on Gate.io when it's low, and then they're selling it when it's high. And eventually, I think this downward channel will go sideways. Accumulation zone sideways. It hasn't happened yet, though. And then we'll have a breakout. But I think with that breakout probably won't come until there's confidence back in the stock market. When the Fed goes more dovish and they think they've got things under control with inflation. But most people think we're going to have rate increases all the way through December, I think. So again, that's just going to add more pressure to the crypto market. And there's no guarantees in crypto. We don't know for sure if Million Token is going to get adoption that is needed for it to thrive and grow. But we'll see. We'll see. I think there's a lot of smart people in the community, and more smart people may come in the future too with new ideas. So we'll just wait and see. If you like this content, give me a like, subscribe, and comment down below. Feel free to share. And I think that will be it for today. I'll talk to everybody later. I see Savior Savvy in the chat real quick. And then Renzo asked real quickly, did Techly pull out his liquidity? I don't even know. I don't really follow that. I'm sure. I think the tokens that he has is being saved for the staking pool. I don't know if he has another stash for liquidity. I'm going to guess he probably doesn't, because I think he made a statement on Grand Stefan coffee hour or something like that. And he even said in the early videos that I think he wanted to have like 15% of the supply. And that 15% of the supply has been, slowly going into the staking pool for the most part, right? So 15%, 150,000 tokens is 15%. And he's down to like 45,000 or 47,000, 48,000, somewhere around there. I think most of that's gone into the staking pool. So I'm not sure if he's providing liquidity. He might I know he was providing liquidity for the longest time, but I think he kind of wanted the community to just kind of take over the liquidity. So that's something that's going to be interesting in the future, because in the next bull market, as with any crypto, if people pull the liquidity at some point, people really won't be able to cash out what they think they have. So if you think you're sitting on like $2 million, and all of a sudden a couple whales that were providing liquidity said, hey, I've made my money, I'm pulling everything out, and they're not providing liquidity anymore, then the $2 million you may think you have in million token isn't going to be worth that when you try to cash out. So we've seen what happened in the past when big whales cash out. It could drive the price down a lot, and people providing liquidity think that they're like losing a lot of money all of a sudden. They might be scared to pull their liquidity, and then if everybody does that, if all the other liquidity providers get scared and pull their liquidity, and there's nothing left to it's just a function of Uniswap though, and other decentralized exchanges. So the same thing could happen with central exchanges. There's pros and cons. You've got the bots to deal with on central exchanges also. You never really know what the real price is, because the bots are just trading back and forth, trying to trick you to thinking the price is a lot higher when it really isn't. And if you buy a million token on exchanges, you're paying fees to the exchange, as opposed to if you're providing liquidity on a decentralized exchange, you're earning fees if you're providing liquidity, so you're paying fees to the liquidity providers. So I'm not sure, the Polygon fees are so cheap. So that's something that I'm going to have to be really careful about, is watching the liquidity. If everybody pulls out the liquidity all at once, if they think the top's in, then you're gonna want to run to the exit door before everybody else does. So the only way really around that is to kind of slowly sell your million token on the way up, and that's what the whales do for Bitcoin. And I used to think, oh, they're crazy, they're selling way too early, but if you sell slowly on the way up, you're not going to crash the price. If you just try to time the top and be the one or two whales that crash the price, and then that could just be it for the it could be just the start of the downtrend, because the market, new money can't come in fast enough to support the whales that are just dumping all at once. So, in a bull market, if you've got 5,000 or more million token, you might want to think about slowly, selling some of your token on the way up. So that's probably something I'm going to have to do. We'll just see what happens. So yeah, I think that's it. I think there were a lot of misconceptions about staking, that the fees were high, but I've shown you it's just a couple bucks. So make sure you have enough Ethereum for gas fees, and you can go to milliontoken.org for the link for the million pool, and then you can find directions how to stake there. And it's not that hard. And then you can unstake your rewards, and then you can unstake the bulk of your tokens also. And then obviously, if you've got rewards that have been accumulating for some time, you might want to unstake it and then restake it. I think that would be advantageous, especially if the fees are really that low, of just a couple bucks. Generally, my fees were anywhere between like $5 or $10 if I have to approve and then deposit or unstake your tokens. So, it's worth it. I don't see any more questions. So I think we're going on about 50 minutes now. I think there's a lot of information here. Everybody have a good day. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.